I was frustrated as F yesterday, and I did not want to work on this thing. I forced myself to, and it just was not good video content. So let's go over what I did. I installed the torque converter. This is an eBay torque converter. It's a 3/4 inch shaft. Now, the bolts that they send you on this are the wrong size, so you'll need to pick up some 5/16 inch by 24 thread. You'll need 4 of them 1 inch long for the plate to attach to the case of the Predator, and you'll need 1 2-inch long one to attach the drive pulley to the shaft, or the PTO shaft of the Predator. I thought that the heat shield was hitting the plate for the torque converter, but it was actually the bolt that was hitting. Now, there's a boss for the torque converter cover, which is not critically important. It's not load bearing. It's not like rigidity contributing, I guess you could say. So I just ground down the boss a little bit, and now everything pops into place like it should. I also hooked up the throttle so it would actually return to its home position once you let go of the throttle. This is easy, is that there is a kind of spring washer here. It's like a wavy shaped washer. So set that where I can't lose it, and probably will lose it. And then this guy comes off, and then that's the culprit right there. This is shaped so that it can kind of slip onto here. So we will carefully put this back on so that it's still on my little lever there. And then we take our nut and put it back on. Alright, so that's there. Still kind of rough. Doesn't spring back. Just loosen it the slightest amount. That is still very tight. But now we have us a working throttle. This guy here, you could put your throttle cable here, clamp it down, and then put it through this, or hook it on here, and then have your throttle cable come around here, and it would kind of, you know, it would do that, essentially. But that way you keep your governor kind of like intact. I don't want this bike to be super fast, because I don't know how much I trust a bike tire. So we're just going to leave it governed. Once again, the rain stopping me from cutting anything. It's been about 20 minutes now. I'm also removing the exhaust, and I'm going to do a stage 1 kit on this because the exhaust once again hits the frame, and the stock air filter housing also hits the frame on the trike. I also made an engine mount plate. It's basically a piece of diamond plate steel that I had laying around the yard. I've made a basic frame for it. A little too big, if I'm being honest. I don't know what I was measuring when I cut this, but I made a basic frame out of 1x1 square, and I welded that diamond plate to the top of it. Now I ground down the diamond plate where the frame would sit so it wouldn't sit all bumpy and jaggedly. I also ground around the holes where the engine mount bolts would go through. Now that that's everything that I've talked about from yesterday when I was frustrated as F, we're going to work on it today. So now that I have the engine bolted to the engine mount plate, we're going to attach the engine mount plate with the engine on it to the frame of the trike. Alright, here's the trike. We're going to start welding, but first I'm going to turn your brightness down a lot so we don't blind you with a weld. And maybe we'll do some slow-mo. That could be cool. If you indeed do fit here. Well, actually that looks just about perfect, yeah? We need to hurry up because the rain is on our doorstep again. Alright, we're checking our chain for one last time. I actually have a little bit of play in the motor, just a little bit, because the bolt holes are bigger than the bolts. So we're going to call this good enough and fully weld up those brackets. that. The engine is in. Barely. It's tacked in. Now we're going to turn this so that the pull start handle is not on here. I want to be able to start it while I'm on the bike or trike. So we're going to rotate it so that it's here. And that way when I'm sitting on it, I can just pull it and start it. Alright. I made a temporary gas tank mount for the stock Predator gas tank. I'm going to actually make a custom gas tank, but I need something so I can ride it for now. Otherwise, I'm never going to finish it because I will be bored not riding. But that's all I have for today. I need to shut up because it's starting to rain. I need to get this camera indoors. So as usual, be good while I'm gone. I'll see you next time. Have a good week.